This line chart tracks Tesla's recent vehicle deliveries, and the trend is clear. Deliveries have slumped by 16%, annual automotive revenue has fallen, and gross margins have eroded from their peak. The company's core product, building and selling passenger electric vehicles, is facing a severe stagnation. Faced with a shrinking automotive market, Elon Musk is executing a massive corporate pivot. He is repositioning the company entirely around artificial intelligence, aiming to justify a staggering $1.5 trillion initial public offering valuation. The stated goal is an economy of amazing abundance, driven by the mass production of the Optimus robot. Musk projects manufacturing up to 1 billion of these humanoid units annually to replace human labor in factories and homes. Operating 1 billion physical robots simultaneously requires real-time, complex decision-making. That level of computation demands immense physical infrastructure, and powering those AI training clusters would drain existing terrestrial energy grids. Musk's proposed solution is to merge his AI startup, xAI, with SpaceX. Together, they plan to launch 1 million solar-powered data centers into low Earth orbit, the region of space relatively close to the planet's surface. By bypassing Earth's heavily taxed power grids, Musk intends to harvest unfiltered solar energy in a vacuum. It is a direct maneuver to convert a devastating electric vehicle slump into total control over future global AI computing infrastructure. While Musk scales this orbital infrastructure, legacy international aerospace organizations are struggling to respond. The European Space Agency is currently scrambling to form investigative committees to assess their complete loss of launch dominance. Traditional expendable rockets like Europe's Ariane 6 are arriving on the launch pad effectively obsolete. European member states spent billions developing a rocket that is entirely outmatched by the cost efficiency of fully reusable launch systems. With international competitors grounded by high costs and outdated engineering, Musk holds a geopolitical blank check. He can populate the sky with minimal traditional resistance. The foundation of this new empire is firmly on the ground in Texas. This is the Terafab, a hyperscale manufacturing facility designed to give Musk complete autonomy over silicon production. The facility integrates chip design, lithography mass creation, fabrication, and testing under one roof. The production target is 1 terawatt of computing power annually, roughly 50 times the current global output of specialized AI chips. The Terafab is dividing its output into 2 specialized categories. The first is high-efficiency edge inference chips. Edge inference means data is processed locally, right on the device, providing the low-latency brain required for the Optimus robot fleet to navigate physical spaces. The second category of silicon is engineered specifically for space. These chips are hardened against high-energy particle radiation and designed to operate at extreme temperatures, allowing them to survive the harsh environment of orbit. By manufacturing these chips internally, the Terafab severs reliance on fragile, bottlenecked global supply chains in Taiwan and South Korea. It creates a closed-loop hardware ecosystem controlled by one corporate board. Total silicon autonomy still collides with a severe physical limit: Earth's power generation. Training and running these AI models could demand up to 1,700 terawatt-hours by 2035. The terrestrial grid cannot supply that much electricity. The logistical bridge to that necessary power is the Starship launch system. Its massive reusable payload capacity is the only vehicle capable of lifting millions of heavy data center components out of the atmosphere to access unfiltered, constant solar energy. This is the master plan driving the trillion-dollar valuation pitch to investors. Musk's entities design the silicon, build the physical robots, and use their own rockets to launch the network's brain into the sky. Wall Street is heavily buying into this orbital expansion, but physicists and aerospace engineers are pointing out a glaring omission in the prospectus: the unforgiving laws of thermodynamics. This diagram illustrates the core physical flaw in the plan. On Earth, fans blow air and water circulates through pipes to carry heat away from electronics. Space is a vacuum. It lacks air or water to absorb heat. It acts exactly like a thermos, heavily insulating whatever is inside. A single modern AI server rack generates upwards of 120 kilowatts of waste heat. Trapped in the vacuum of space without atmospheric convection, an uncooled computer chip will rapidly overheat and melt. The only viable way to cool electronics in space is by slowly radiating infrared photons out into the void. To cool a modest 10-megawatt AI facility, you need tens of thousands of square meters of specialized thermal radiator panels. These radiator panels are incredibly massive. The cost to manufacture them, combined with the sheer weight penalty of launching hundreds of tons of cooling infrastructure into orbit, completely erases the economic advantage of free solar power. The thermodynamics make orbital AI data centers an engineering nightmare. A system costing up to 200 times more than a terrestrial facility casts deep doubt on whether the trillion-dollar valuation is grounded in science. Beyond the thermal constraints, there is a second, highly volatile physical threat. Deploying 1 million active bus-sized data centers into low Earth orbit creates an extreme level of congestion. The systems meant to manage this traffic are already buckling. Recently, an uncoordinated Chinese rocket launch deployed satellites that passed within 200 meters of an active Starlink unit. In orbital mechanics, 200 meters is a terrifyingly narrow margin of error. One miscalculation at this density triggers Kessler syndrome. This is a scenario where a single collision creates a chain reaction, generating an expanding cloud of high-speed space debris that shatters everything in short path. A Kessler event involving 1 million satellites would wrap the planet in a lethal blanket of shrapnel traveling at 17,000 miles per hour. It would destroy global weather forecasting, cripple all modern communications, and physically trap humanity on Earth. Investors may view the terafab and 1 million space-based data centers as the ultimate blueprint for a multi-planetary civilization. But to execute it, Musk is treating low Earth orbit like a disposable test server, gambling the future of human spaceflight to support the valuation of an artificial intelligence empire.